for, oh no, good, it's mine, see? You can hear me here as well. We are skipping a session, so I apologize about that. Boo. If you weren't here to see me, I'm sorry. There's the door. If you are, or you were planning on staying, then good, you're in the right spot. And can somebody?
Maybe the remote doesn't. Yeah.
Well, we're just gonna go with it. So today we are talking about your fastest path to cash, or how to make your blog your most successful salesperson. When we talk to people online all the time, what we hear is, I want to make money while I'm not working. I want to make money in my sleep. I want my website to generate cash. That is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. But first, I want to tell you about IKEA. How many people shop at IKEA? How many people like IKEA products, but hate shopping at IKEA? Yeah. I hate going to IKEA. 1, it is always insanely crowded. 2, I can never figure out where I'm going. Yes, I am always confused. I'm turning down the wrong place. I'm trying to get to one place. I'm following the arrows. It is not taking me to the place I want to go. And there's 2 levels, and there's people walking slow, and there's people walking in the wrong direction, and everything about the experience of shopping at IKEA drives me crazy, other than walking out the door with my stuff and getting to go home.
But it's enjoyable.
No, it is not. But on the flip side, when you go to Disneyland, right? Visiting IKEA, terrible. Visiting Disneyland, super awesome. Both have crowds, but there's a difference. Disneyland has carefully created specific paths to cash. Specific paths that are going to take you from walking in the door to giving Disney your money. I want to talk about the Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters. This is one of our family's favorite rides because it's interactive, right? But the minute you get in that line, because it's a long line, you're surrounded by imagery and graphics and information from the movie. You're immersed in an experience, right? You're interacting. And as you go through the line and you get closer, you get more immersed in your experience. And then you're on the ride. You're interacting. You're shooting the guns. You're earning points. You're competing with the person next to you. You're maybe leaning over to people on the one next to you asking, what did they get? You're trying to win, right? But then you get off the ride. You're talking about your scores. You're walking down the ramp. And what do? You walk into a store. You exit through the store, but not any store. You exit through the Alien Command Center store. And everything in that store is specifically tailored to everything you just saw on that ride. You're shooting at Zurg, the little green aliens are all over the place, you're competing, you're championing with Buzz Lightyear, you walk in that store, and what do you see? You see little green men, you see Buzz Lightyear, and you see everything just on that ride. Specifically because the minute you walk in, your kids say, I want that, I want that, I want that. And if you are an adult who also loves this, you're like, we have to get this, right? And there's no way that you are walking out of this store without making a purchase. And it is the same on Small World, it is the same on Star Tours, it is the same on a billion rides at Disneyland. They are carefully walking you through a path to separate you from your cash. Disney makes a lot of money because they are offering the right thing to the right people at the right time, right? So, they also reduce distraction, right? They aren't sending me through a store full of things that have nothing to do with the experience I just had, right? When I'm walking through the line on that ride, I'm not seeing other things about Disneyland. From the minute I step in the line of that ride, it is all about the theme of aliens and little green men and defeating Zerg, right? So, you want to approach your blog like Disney approaches sales. You want to create the right offer for your ideal buyer, and you want to present it at the right time without distraction. You want to give visitors super intuitive, easy ways to engage further, to take the next step, to continue on their buyer journey, and ultimately to give you money. And along the way, you have to tell them what to do. So we're talking about how you can create fast paths to cash on your blog. All of the content on your blog has to have a purpose. Just like every single detail at Disney has a purpose, the same needs to be true with your blog. Your categories need to align with the core offers and how you get paid. If you have a category on your blog that isn't directly tied to a way that somebody can pay you money, you want to rethink whether or not that should be a category. All categories get tied to how someone can pay you. Tag, segment those visitors into segments of that buyer. And the content and the posts in that category reinforce your expertise, and they support the offers that you're making on your website. So we're going to look at how this works and how it's just like the Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters ride. Clicking around your blog, when somebody first gets to your site, they find the right category, they find that right blog post. It's like waiting in line. You're discovering things along the way, and you're on your way, you're finding what you're looking for. Reading and interacting with your blog post, moving through your content is like riding the ride. It's having the experience of being on the ride. Accessing content upgrades enhances that experience. It gets them a little bit more information about the thing that they were more interested in. It takes them a little further down that path of becoming a buyer, right? It's that point of, how many people will wait in line a little bit longer to sit in the front? Okay, you're my people. I'm like, I want the front and the best, right? So I will wait in line a little bit longer for that. This is like the content upgrade. Signing up for an opt-in offer that is specific to the category of content that your visitor or your buyer is interested in. It's like getting off Splash Mountain and you see all the, as you're going down the thing, and they're like, buy your photo. You just went on the ride, you just had the experience, they took a picture of it, and now they want you to buy that photo, right? That's your opt-in. And then acting on a call to action, filling out your project inquiry form, reaching out to you about your services. Taking that next step is similar to making a purchase in the store on the way out, in the Little Green Men Command Center, right? So you can structure your blog and create a path to cash just like Disney does. So this approach works because every step along the way, buyers are focused on moving closer to the thing that you're selling. They are moving through the buyer journey to the point where they are ready to say, yes, I want to pay you, I want to hire you, I want to learn from you. They're moving toward a conversion. And all along the way, just like when you step in line for that ride, all along the way, the brand experience is consistent, it's on target, and it's focused. All along the way, whether it's the blog post, whether it's a content upgrade, whether it's an opt-in offer, everything is focused on the topic that they're interested in. And it's all guiding them down that path. So at Disneyland, if you don't buy in one store, there are numerous other opportunities for you to give Disney your money. And they are all perfectly positioned and planned out so they match the experience you're having at the time. Getting off other rides, right, the store's right there. Walking down Main Street, wherever you are, every time there's a kiosk with food, there is a kiosk with souvenirs, there's a store for you to move through. If you look at what is around it, it is all tailored to the theme of where you're at. When you think about adding content to your blog and adding content to your site, you want to think about the fact that buyers buy when they are ready. They make the decision to purchase when they are ready to do so, not when you're ready for them to do so. So you want to say if they don't buy today, if they don't opt in today, if they don't sign up for this content upgrade today, what am I going to offer them next time to get them to take action the next time they come? Where am I going to have other offers on the site or other opportunities for them to engage so I can maximize the chances that I'm going to get their money, or I'm going to maximize the chances that I get their email address or their information, whatever it may be. So this same strategy, when you're using it on your blog, most people I talk to, you create an opt-in offer, you put it on your site, and you don't really think about it a whole bunch more. But if you want to increase conversions, if you want to increase revenue, tailoring your offer to the content is going to make the absolute biggest difference. So again, if a visitor doesn't take action now, make it as easy as possible for them to take action later. For every paid offer that you have on your site, create specific categories of content that align with that paid offer. Again, if you have categories that don't relate to something you're selling on your site, think about possibly getting rid of those or merging them into one that does. Right? For every category that you create a list building opt-in, one that solves a problem or a challenge that they're having. It just helps them get to that next little step and make it amazing so it's irresistible and they want to sign up. So think about, instead of one general opt-in for your whole site, maybe you have one for each core category that you offer. That way you're delivering exactly what your reader needs when they're on your site. In every category, you want to create blog posts that confirm why you are the expert, why you are an authority, why you are somebody that they should trust on this topic. In every blog post, look at, where can I offer a content upgrade that's specific to this content? Do I offer them a checklist? Do I offer them a tip sheet? Do I offer them some way to take that next step, to solve a little piece of the puzzle? Something that aligns with the service that I'm selling or is complementary to the service I'm selling, right? To help get them closer to trusting me and saying, here's my money, here's my credit card, here's my email address, let's move forward. In every free item, so in that content upgrade that you give away, in that opt-in offer that you give away, include promotions for your services, right? Add a one sheet on the last page of that opt-in offer that says, by the way, did you know we do this? Did you know we have this service? If this helped you solve this problem, we can help you take it a step further and solve the even bigger problem that you have. Right? Invite them to take that next step. They read the blog post and it was helpful. They downloaded the content upgrade, or they opted in and they got your free offer and they read through it and it was helpful. Now they're thinking, what is next? What else can you do for me? You have to tell them. Include that in there. And then after every blog post, include a call to action. The number of blogs that I look at that don't have a call to action to learn more about the services someone is providing, or the product they're selling, or the course that they're offering, include some kind of call to action to move people over to your services page. Right? You want to start training people that, what's the next step? This was amazing, what's the next step? This was amazing, what is your offer? What else can you give me? What is coming next? The bottom line is that the more paths to cash that you can create on your website, the more opportunities you are giving people to give you their email address and hire you or buy from you. Just remember, like Disney, the secret is the right offer to the right people at the right time. So those three things, the right offer to the right people at the right time. That's it. Thank you very much. These are all places you can find me. We have a couple minutes, just a few if we have questions.
I was interested in what you were saying about categories versus tags. Can you spend a second and talk about how you identify different, because me, it tends to be whatever day of the week, I just choose whether this should go in a category or tag, and that's a terrible process. How do you view that?
Okay, so the question was basically the difference between categories and tags. The way that I explain it most often is your blog is a filing cabinet for your website. Everybody knows how a filing cabinet works. Your blog is a filing cabinet for your website, which means all your blog is a place to store all different kinds of content and media to make it easy for other people to access it. Categories are the big drawers in a file cabinet. It includes all the little folders inside. Each one of those folders would be a tag, right? So if you sell, let's say you sell website design services, you sell copywriting services and SEO services. Let's say you do all those things. Then you want to think about a category being web design, copywriting, and SEO. Your categories are the larger focus areas, and then the tags segment that down. In web design, you're going to have different types of customers. Someone who needs something just one-off, maybe somebody who's looking for a long-term partner, maybe somebody who's a DIYer, they're looking for tips, maybe they aren't ready to hire you yet, right? So tags are going to segment that down more. But the idea is align the categories with things that you're selling and use tags as segmenting options of that content. That make sense? Yep. Anybody else? Yes?
Can you say that sentence first? Align categories. Say that one more time. You said align your categories
With the services or the products that you're selling.
Okay, thank you. And my question was about call to action.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like a personal development blog or website. I mean, it's a blog where I'm creating or it's a website where I have tags and tops. We have like the traditional about me and
Yep.
one tab is a blog and the other one is, some stuff. So the call to action, I have to create content, right? Because that's how you come to my website. They want
What are you selling?
So eventually I can sell a book.
So you-
And online courses, eventually.
But you're not selling anything right now. You're in audience building mode. Okay. So you're wondering about what do you do with a call to action when you're in audience building mode and you're not selling something yet?
Right, but just sort of collect emails that I'm sort of building.
Yes, right now, if you're not ready to sell something and you're in audience building mode, you're building up your platform so you're ready and you have an audience when you're ready to start selling. Right now, your focus should be on audience building. So the opt-in, content upgrades, anything you can do to get their email address, and then once they give you your email address on that thank you page, invite them to connect with you on your social accounts. So build up your social accounts and build up your email list so that when you are ready to purchase something, you've got that community. But you want to be careful if you do that for too long and people are just used to free, and all of a sudden you're like, here, buy this thing, right? Start talking about things that you're interested in, things that are complementary, things that maybe they could purchase, or like, hey, I recommend something you recommend along the way, and just get them used to every once in a while you're making an offer or you're introducing them to something they can purchase, right? So it doesn't have to be all the time, but you want to make sure that you get them used to every once in a while you're going to show up and say, hey, maybe you should think about buying this. Yep. One more? We have time for one more? Oh, okay. Oh, perfect. Anybody else?
You are really awesome.
Thank you. You had one?
Yeah, people want to dive deeper.
Ooh, any books I can recommend? I do not. If you want the slides, they're at slideshare.net/Jennifer Bourn. And you should totally go and sign up on my blog because my newsletter is awesome. And I would be remiss if I didn't include my own call to action while I'm standing up here. It's at jenniferbourn.com. Anybody else?
Are there any tools that you can recommend for list building?
I'm sorry?
Are there any tools that you can recommend for list building?
My favorite is Opt-in Monster. You can do your content upgrades, pop-ups, exit intent, your opt-ins, you can set it all up through there. So I currently have MailChimp tied into Opt-in Monster to do that, and then later this year I'm moving over to ConvertKit and Opt-in Monster, but Opt-in Monster is the key.
And are you creating content like to email out all the time? Is that just or you just like blogging and then writing up your email as well?
The question was, am I creating content for my blog and the email, right? Yes. So people that subscribe to my newsletter get content that I don't publish on my blog, typically. So that is the bonus. I also, in my newsletter, They get savings and things and opportunities to beta test stuff, so they can take courses for free and they can be part of beta programs and things like that that I don't put out on social or anything like that because it's hard to control that way.
Are you using, I think Optimuster does this, I'm not sure if like an Infusionsoft or some kind of scripting system, like a drip system where you're sending emails this week and then you're sending this, so for like somebody opens up the email, then it goes up to this, like scripting system for that, like to pull in lists, like to bring in people for lists, etc.
No. I was an Infusionsoft customer for a long time. I ended up leaving. I am in the process of re-engineering all of my autoresponders and automations and those types of things, and I will be doing it over at ConvertKit. ConvertKit? Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? No? Oh, one. ConvertKit, email marketing software, but they have the ability to do a little bit more than some of the other service providers in terms of behavioral. Like if you click this link, do these things, right? If somebody clicks this, then trigger these actions, things like that. Aweber, yes.
How is that, I mean, I just want to know, like, is that the same as MailChimp, or is it in that same category?
It's in the same category of services. So Aweber is an email marketing service provider like Constant Contact, like MailChimp, like any, all of those, they're same category of services. I can't speak to how Aweber compares because I haven't used that software in a very, very long time. No problem.
Yeah, you mentioned you try to submit by tags, maybe a page and collect information from a form exclusively, not in one place, but in different things. What type of information that is quick you can collect that is not too extended?
On the site, the question was how much information do you collect in the email opt-ins, and I'm of the opinion as little as possible, right? So get them in with the email address and then begin to segment from there. Once they're already on your list, then the key is asking questions to your list, right? Are you interested in this or this? Click this link or click this link, right? Start segmenting once they're on your list, but the more things you ask for in an opt-in, the less likely people are to fill it in. Like if you ever clicked on a link in social and you go get something and it's like this long form and they want all your business details, and you're like, yeah, right, I don't need it that bad, right? So the less you ask for, the more likely it is they're gonna opt in.